Pardon my appearance. I want to answer this question though. I'm not dressed up. Usually I feel like I look a little bit better just wearing a freaking sweatshirt. I'm going to answer this question the best that I can. So from this comment, I'm just going to answer it based off of the information that I gathered. Sorry if there's any assumptions involved. Basically, so this guy commented, and thank you for commenting. I'm going to try to help you, or at least offer some advice, some insight. So you said you fumbled a girl a year ago, and you've been dreaming, or you've been thinking about her. I actually left a comment saying that, we've all gone through this. You said you were young and dumb, and you lost interest, and you stopped texting her. I don't know if that means you were in a relationship with her. I don't know if that means you were interested in her, and you guys were texting, and then all of a sudden you stopped, and now you regret it. But the answer to me is very simple. You asked me, and I just imagine you're at home and you're like watching YouTube and you just comment and you're like, oh man, this came into my mind. You want somebody to tell you what the right thing to do is. And the only options that you have, the only option that you have if you really want to text her is don't text her, or don't call her or call her. Contact her or don't contact her. Calling would be better in my opinion, but I'm 30 years old. Calling is just more personal and it shows more confidence. So if you call her and you tell her, hey, just so you know, I remember, us talking a year ago and I've been thinking about you and I just wanted to know if you feel the same way. I think I still like you and I want to give this another shot. She's going to do one of two things. She's either going to say, wow, yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same thing, let's get together. Or she's going to be like, sorry, I don't feel that way about you anymore, but thank you for calling. Or she might not even say that. Or it might be somewhere in the middle where she's like, I'm not sure, but you kind of know, you should be able to feel in your gut if she's really not trying to get you back or to get back into your life. That's kind of as good as a no. You're gonna waste a lot of time just trying to make something work that just isn't working. If she hasn't, it sounds like you guys haven't talked in a year. So that's the thing. To me, it's a very simple answer. I know what you're feeling though, because I've felt those exact things. I've sat there and been like, oh man, how do I make this work? I'm thinking about this girl. I think I screwed it up. It's been a year, but she just came back into my mind because we had something good going back then and I want to contact her. Contact her. And then you'll find out. Sitting at home asking somebody else what the right thing to do is not the right answer, because you're trying to force something that might not be, and that sounds like it isn't. If she really wanted to get back into your life, she would get back into your life. Maybe she's waiting for you to reach out to her. If she is waiting for you to reach out to her, you're only going to find out by reaching out to her. You're going to have to take the initiative. And I'm guessing the reason that you don't want to take the initiative and contact her is because you're afraid that the answer might be no. But don't you want to find out? So to me, it's a simple answer. Just contact her, find out. The only thing that makes this a complicated situation is the feelings you're feeling. And you can't be afraid of feelings. You can't be afraid of feelings of rejection, because honestly, if it doesn't work out, you have to be completely okay with that. You can't force people to like you. You can't force anything to happen. Relationships are a two-way street. So you can't force anything, but if you, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought because there's a lot to say about this, even though it's very simple. Oh yeah, the only thing making this complicated is the emotions you're feeling. And once you feel that feeling of rejection, if that's what you're gonna feel, because right now you're probably feeling like longing, you'll be relieved afterwards. You'll be kind of set free because now you know the answer. But sitting there in inaction, paralysis by analysis, trying to figure out the right way to make things work, that's no way to live. You just got to find out. So that's my advice. You can say stuff to yourself, like something that I have used to soothe things that makes sense to me now, and it might not make sense in the moment, is that a year ago, when you guys had a chance to be together, you weren't the right person for her. And right now, a year later, you might both be different people too, and you're just not the right people for each other. Otherwise, one of you would be reaching out if you knew 100% you were the right person for her, or if she was the right person for you, one of you would just make it happen. So that kind of leads me to say, like, if you want to contact her, after you've contacted her, like, move on. You have to move on. You can't let somebody control you. And I know I don't want this to sound weird. I just can't think of another way to put it, because you are kind of letting her control you, because, and it not like she doesn't have anything to do with it. It's all you. Like, it's you letting another person, or another person's opinion of you, or like another person's liking or not liking you, control you in a way, because you're sitting here thinking about her, you said, for 2 days, probably utilizing valuable time in your life to think about this relationship that could have been, and that's going to be the rest of your life unless you change it, unless you like snap yourself out of it and just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit here thinking about her anymore, because even if I had her in my life, I'd be concerned about losing her. You can't rely on other people liking you or not liking you, or being in love or not being in love, or being in a relationship or not being in a relationship, in order to determine your own happiness. That's called codependence. You need to become independent. And to become independent, you can't rely on another person being in a relationship with you to make you happy. You have to rely on some purpose. And in my comment to you, I suggested latching onto some type of purpose, a long-term and short-term workout goals. Like, what do you want to be like? Is your health intact? What goals do you have in that realm? How old are you, by the way? If you see this video, let me know. And because, like, health is one of those long-term things that you can build for the rest of your life. Strength too, endurance. Your career, you can slowly just find out ways to earn more and more money. Knowledge, read some freaking books. Imagine if you took the 2 hours that you were sitting in bed thinking about her, thinking about ways to get her back, and you just actually learned a new skill just by reading, or you learned some knowledge just by reading. So let me know if this video helps. Let me know if it helped anybody else. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. And just, I don't know if anybody on this channel knows, I've had a thought before I made this video that I wanted to mention this. I actually was a dating coach. I ran a business with a friend of mine. He owned the business, and I was basically, I guess you could say, like, second in command behind the scenes. And I coached our clients over WhatsApp on how to get dates, improve their confidence, and get relationships. And kind of my area of expertise, I believe, is overcoming social anxiety, given my experience of having social anxiety and approaching loads and loads of people, joining a public speaking class in order to pound away at it. I don't have a degree in psychology. I have a degree in sports medicine. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you want to go by the qualifications, like if you're looking for a psychologist to give you this type of advice, or a relationship expert that has a degree in human interaction, that's not me. But I do have a lot of experience, and I've learned from a lot of different people, and I've learned from experience in life. So those are kind of my credentials, and I just wanted to mention that for anybody who doesn't know, that I did do that business of giving people advice, and was fairly successful, up and down successful, for about 2 years as I was in that business. So that's kind of where I get the credentials to give this type of advice.